Those who believe that the Ten Commandments, or 10 instructions as they can also be called, or any of the 613 instructions found in the Torah, are the definition of what is and is not sin, do not understand what the New Testament and the Gospel are teaching. Paul says without ambiguity that whatever is not from trust is sin. He says without ambiguity that sin is hereditary and that it is located in the flesh. Jesus said, referring to those same instructions, that it isn't what goes into a person that defiles them, but what comes out of them. Paul wrote that the Torah was a governess meant to discipline, educate, and protect us until Christ. And our inheritance through him came. But once they came, there was no more need of that governess. He also wrote that if you are guided by the Spirit, then you are not subject to the Torah. Jesus lived it every day of his life and afterwards. Paul wrote that the Torah wasn't written for a person functioning correctly, but for the person with no self-regulation and acting lawlessly. The Council of Apostles in Jerusalem in the book of Acts declared that none of the non-Jewish disciples were even to be required to keep any of the instructions of the Torah, with the exception of a couple of food restrictions and a ban on prostitution in order to keep the peace between non-Jewish and Jewish disciples. Notice that those 10 instructions were never mentioned. Paul also wrote that those who operate from the Spirit produce love, joy, peace, patience, trust, kindness, courtesy, and self-control, things of which there is no law, no instruction from the Torah that forbids them. Paul wrote explicitly that without love I have nothing, I gain nothing, I am nothing. Jesus affirmed that the two greatest instructions were to love God and to love the person next to you like yourself. John said in no uncertain terms that the person who doesn't love doesn't know God, because God is love. The 613 instructions of the Torah had a purpose at one point, but now that Christ has come, now that our inheritance has come, the Torah is like a governess whose charges have reached legal age and who no longer has any say over what they do, nor wants to. This is the day the governess has looked forward to, seeing her charges all grown up. If you still need a governess, you don't understand the gospel of Jesus Christ, and you don't understand anything the New Testament really says.